A lot of artists don't get recognized till they're dead, right? So yeah, I'm willing to face the fact that I might not be heard while I'm alive. See, while I'm alive. My time might not come till I'm dead, but my time will come. For every structure that rises, there's a hurricane in the sky that could blow it down to the foundation. See me as a stormlet, not a little thunder, making suckers scared of coming out on the under. M got roots in the truth growing deep, knowing it'll keep me stable, capable to have my weight pulled, effortlessly getting rest in between the times niggas test me. I'm chilling in the west, SFB, invisible the most, a ghost in the fog, center of the west coast. I got verse where, floating in my head, unassembled, taking form when emotion guides a pencil. You only see a man but past the flesh, I'm a spirit, immortal past the portal of death, communicate with the ones that left the earth plane before my birth came to pass, so I could understand the void math and apply everything I've learned to make the tides turn, centered on the soul while the fire in my eyes burn. I'm growing as a person, no rehearsing necessary when you're on the mic. Personality shouldn't vary, I carry a load, but see it more as an opportunity to gain insight. But some niggas can't see it like that and get trapped inside their own stress, struggling to be in competition with the rest, but it's no contest. Human nature won't allow you to ever be content with what you got now. I got beliefs that I choose to keep in heart, and people try to downplay that to seem smart. So go ahead and keep being petty, I already seen it all, and I know in the end, it ain't end, it's gonna fall. This is not tight, come into y'all, we're just some motherfuckers who received their call, and that's all.
There's not really much to say, but what's more important to you, being well respected and established, or being a bitch made nigga living lavish? I couldn't manage a juggling act to entertain a few. I don't do this shit to try to reach each and every one of you out there hearing, but not really listening to how my time was spent, so that when I bring my shit it has content, not absent of vitamins and minerals or alcohol and weed. These are just a few things that I need to plant the seed of growth and understanding. So don't go branding me a fiend, cause that ain't the way you see through my bloodshot eyes. Thankful that every day I'm able to rise to my feet and pursue my goals, overseen by the souls of my child and my uncle. Rely on them so that when I fall on tough times my knees don't buckle. And here in this world I got my cousin Scott and them. Trust the both of them with my life. I know I'm in good hands when I stand close to family, so don't waste time in the effort that ain't gonna do Nathan. Your petty little words won't be penetrating my soul, my spirit. You can say the bullshit, cause I ain't gonna hear it.
If you're talking truth, then what you say should speak for itself. I figure fake sources of inspiration might be the cause of the flaws I be hearing. The reason for rap appearing drowned out, just another sound to bring the money in. Exploitation's a bitch. Be about the music if you're saying you're a rapper. Understanding truth ain't what everybody's after. I grab that mic and never fail to focus feelings, staying true to who the M is, cause most will never know. 19 years of eating rice found me to have no shame from where I came. A group of islands, and that explains why I retreat to my inside whenever I can see the surface ain't stable. Enjoying isolation anytime I get the chance. Learning more about myself in every circumstance, so I advance, but it looks a lot like I'm going backwards. So punk bastards traveling the quick path to disaster. Another not tight chapter unfolds. If you wanna cross a bridge, then you gotta pay the toll. No joke, so you gotta be prepared for the dark. And if you wanna get the point, I'ma have to make it sharp, not tight, not tight.
Everything I see is half real. 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 Everything I see is half real.
what I gotta do to survive in the cutthroat society where everyone steps on everyone else's toes and got their nose in others people's business. What is this? Can't you keep doing what you're doing without screwing and undoing what I done? Holding a gun to my head simply cause I use the lead in my pencil as a utensil for letting loose feelings. Every word that I write helps in healing my wounded heart. The pencil and paper is where I start to progress. You could care less about my stress or my struggle. I'ma follow it through anyways, because one day shit's gonna begin to swing my way.
What I'm feeling ain't just another urge to push aside. I'm seeing God guide me through every song I make. Must have been the same force, taking G's people to the eagle and the snake. See me where I am, but understand I'm in a million other places. So my attention span ain't so fixed on the conflicts y'all concern yourselves with. Television ain't my life, and celebrities are fleshed out illusions. I don't believe in them. Followers get broken down quick, and be seeing niggas looking for a free ride. Hesitant to work, but eager as a bitch to receive. You won't see that fruit if you don't plant the seed. Understand me, bitch? Like that.
You won't be understanding unless you've been standing long enough in one place to face uncertainty of what the next day might bring. So I sing today for tomorrow. I'm gonna drown in sorrow.
Whatever lies ahead I gotta deal with, and only I'ma feel it when the road takes a turn. So I'ma laugh my ass off now and smile while I got a chance, in case I gotta face a shitty ass circumstance like not knowing how to finish a song. Fuck it, bud, it's over. End it right there. G psychologically has problems, so don't listen to anything he says.
Yes, and I openly admit to them. Very troublesome, but so is my heart. I had this very bad heart condition, you see. That's it right there, so you can hear it. Cause when my heart starts racing, it's because I'm facing all at once too many different universes. Carefully and slowly passing through these courses, finding the necessary sources. Cause my spirit forces me to check the Earth's climate and condition, establishing a clear transmission with Richmond, Virginia. Even though I got my feet firmly planted on Market Street, at any given time of the day I can pull away on another journey. Skip the attorney, I'll defend myself when I'm passing through the clouds in the sky, taking my high to uncharted peaks, unfamiliar territories where they speak in different languages. Still G manages to understand every word I observe, at the same time absorb as much as I can. Step back into my man, back into my mind. I love it when I find these hard to reach places and see the faces of the past, pain of the present, visions of the future. Add them all up and I still don't get how I fit in this unit, known to us as the galaxies, crossing the seas that inhabit this earth. You can't have birth without death, that's a given. So be thankful that you're living. Life is precious and priceless. Don't wait for a crisis to notice your heartbeat, or you'll defeat the purpose of being human.
Time ain't money, no matter what those stupid morons who eat that kind of shit up may try to tell you. Anything lost can be found again, except for time wasted.
1, 2. Seeing circles turn don't stop me from growing when the time seems right. So I approach the mic a little bit like single horseback on a hunt. Respectful of the prey, but unafraid to be blunt. So I can see it when a fool takes it personal. And I don't even have to say names to be particular to make a nigga feel like shit for anything from coming at my family wrong to being on the fucked up side of the fence. I know I ain't no saint, but I can show restraint when I see the line. And knowing what the line stands for, I'll stay on this side and cling the memories of when I used to slam a bishop on B7. It's hard to see it if you don't know him, and maybe that's the whole point. Who am I to say what's wrong and right when we're all just a small piece of God? And I can only speak from the space occupied by me.
Dreams and gold, mind and gold, dreams and gold, mind and gold.
Feel this shit right here. Yeah, there ain't much to say when you don't know shit and choose to approach like a 2-pound bitch. And what it boils down to is niggas ain't able to follow up a threat with the cards on the table. Let me get serious for a second. Please, for a second. Scenes of a nature, apocalyptic in tone, running through my brain, does it leave me? Focused on the anger and distracted by a hate. Some think so, speaking for myself it's hard to say. I got a pair of eyes, aimed to the outside, 3 billion pointing right back, some lashing out. Leave it to my mind to filter out the small things and respond to. Hair and a couple rings thrown in a pond. Where I'm going, where I'm going, where I'm at. Inhaling instrumentals, breathing out a rap. Seeing faces and the muscles moving in them tell a story of lies and deceit, rise and defeat. Nothing I ain't seen before. Don't be paranoid about the motives of a man. If you care to avoid conflicts, be aware of what you carry, sympathetic to the weak, and mindful of the moment when you speak. An animal but doubtful, I'm above the ones I buy dead. Ashamed to say I never made a bare hand kill. When I see myself against a cow, composed of chemicals, I think of how the real fight ain't me and him. It's us against the fucked up nature of the plastic, twisting up our insides, making us compete. One against another, cutting throats to have the top dollar, never realizing that it's all hella weak. Total sum of all experience I see behind, but who's looking back? Me on occasion, an attempt to soak the meaning of the moments that will flash by, bringing change, never giving me the opportunity to ask why. But from a distance I could see, if it happened any different, I don't think that I would be exactly the same. I thought to toy around with, but I ain't playing games. Growing on my own, I had my mind blown, and got to seeing everybody's in a different time zone. Giving way to motion, mind fluctuates according to events. Deepening my insights and building on my common sense. Shortcomings long gone. If I try to be more, I really ain't much. Ambition equals conflict, but it don't mean that you gotta be mediocre. On the other side of smoke screen, I look at all of it and manage to squeeze out a laugh, regardless of the damage. Cause if I lose my bright side, dark days will take center stage, and I don't wanna suffer through another spell, a writer's block. So I talk like hell and empty out my brain, losing some of me so I can help another gain. And that's the end of the song. Thoughts come random and branch out, cut them at an angle, they assume the nature of the source. Backwards development works out eventually, at first sinking roots, then bearing fruit according to where the light falls, and if the right calls come across clear. Just imagine what can happen in between there and here. Guidelines, not to be confused with limits, don't exist to enclose whatever goes alongside. Some like to live following a set pattern, and there are those who leave it all to the wind. Within a lifespan, however short, there lies a meaning to be found. Some way space, going through it lost, tossed back and forth, in the middle of deciding what to be, coming to the end unresolved.
I've been exposed to the ideas of those individuals who base their views on what they've seen on the news, speaking out their ass, irritating like a rash. Watch carefully as I crash their mainframes. These lame brains ought to do some soul searching. Now I'm merging these folks to put a halt to their jokes and get some time to dig deep. I know what it's like, cause I took my shovel and began to dig up the rubble, hoping to uncover my roots. That's when I found the vegetation, so I started to nourish it. Slowly it would grow, it might not show in the reflection, but every time I glanced into a mirror I knew I'd mature. Roots deeply planted and stable enough for me to endure. When many thought I was too frail and weak to survive, they doubted my actions. In reality, they were the ones who were broken down like fractions. Now I'm asking them to kindly stay off my grass as I pass time tending to my field.
I keep my mouth sealed, deal with outsiders from a distance. I hate it when suckers steady try to pry into my circle. Inside jokes don't work if I see you on the line. I ain't the kind of babble for the sake of being polite. Sorry, no offense, it's just that I'm against false displays of emotion, so I don't put on a fake smile to make you feel you know me when you don't. I open up to G, Daryl Ski, Lil DJ. Most of all myself when I'm on the static freeway. Judgments I base on words and behavior. So if you feel I'm looking down at you, maybe you should look around at a few things like this and that. And song's over, just like that.
Of exhaustion, show me my strong point. I look at that as another rock on the river.
So go ahead and drop the pebble in the pond, and with an eagle's eye examine every step of the rippling effect and how it affects you. You're a pebble being dropped into the pond. Each action has a reaction. You create circles. These circles grow and expand. It doesn't matter where you land, cause you'll always be surrounded. I found it to be like family, cause it doesn't matter where you're at.
You can split yourself in half and have a cool conversation without the conflict, unleashing everything you keep inside. I talk to myself to cover more space, imagining reactions, preparing for the worst, just in case it happens. As optimistic as I wanna be, I can't throw caution to the side and put my guard down. Trust is the one thing I haven't yet mastered. Problems in the past make me reluctant to open up and let the walls come down, so I'm withdrawn and beyond it. Engaging in small talk and other things going nowhere fast. I like to make my point, shut my mouth just like that. Power and energy is two different things. Everybody has energy, but only a few have power. But you know, it's all whatever.
There's a brain scattered across a million dreams, hard to find but not necessarily lost. Close your eyes when you look for God, feel through the music, gather up yourself. Power works against you if you don't have control. Either be nerd or let it die and watch a part of you pass like the daylight. What I conceal stays hidden for reasons unsaid and unwritten. I'll bring it to the surface in a moment that ain't so contradicting. I'm far from foreign to the rainforest. Assume the nature of a mushroom, go despite whatever elements I'm up against. In a sense, we control consequences. It's all about perception and what direction you want to take. People rush through life and never bother to listen to the music. Some die never knowing how it is to grow through sound. I let my music speak on my behalf, that's why I do it. In between songs I observe at the password. Keep my mouth shut, get the last word when I'm on the microphone. There ain't nothing that lies outside of my reach, unfamiliar to my eyes, but still I ain't dumb enough to see myself as a wise man among fools, misled by the rules, even though I feel like it every so often. I keep in mind, I ain't the only motherfucker on earth walking on the self-made line, and that's real.
Now, all of this is if you're interested. These are only suggestions. These are not. Now, all of this is if you're interested. These are only suggestions. These are not instructions. Okay, this is all if you're interested. I used to always claim I was right many years ago, but I gave that up. I had to apologize so often for being wrong that I quit all that. So I don't do that anymore. But I do have some opinions, right? About what I think. 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 What I think.
I think that you gotta be careful if you're involved with the unnatural, cause it's easy as hell for them to capture you and get you caught up in the web. Force feeding your head with misleading information about different roads and different destinations. Creations and still deal with the twisted, and most of us never thought twice about resisting. The force that throws us off course, the same force that writes textbooks to reinforce their beliefs and ideas. They taught me that blind fools make the best believers of the social security system. Though I refuse to listen, cause I don't feel secure in this society. At every turn in the road, they're denying me an equal chance to advance and excel. The system was set up for us to conform and fail. So I'm waiting to exhale, slowly letting out the stale. And I can't wait for the day that Dan Quayle and the rest of Congress get their Unabomber package in the mail.
Inspiration comes like the sun, sometimes obvious, undeniable and clear, ever present in the sky. I can see beyond the clouds and the storm, so even when the rain falls, a song forms, crumpled up in torn paper, thoughts born to grow later. If you want to see the future, look into my trash can. What we throw away today is what tomorrow we depend on. Lately I've been watching what I waste, and it's just another case of energy and effort being placed in the wrong space. Us tripping off the bullshit being shoved in our face, while we chase down chances to smile, getting glances of our dreams a while. Earth spins effortless, regardless of the time. Population self-destructing as I'm changing in my mind. Feeling like a bad blind, screaming in the dark, using the response to know where I'm at, where you choose to see me. Feeling I'm alone, I tuck myself into my eyes, close the curtains, cause I'm certain when I rise, conflict awaits. Sick of hauling freight, but I know it's beneficial in the end, when I gather up myself and grab a hold of a pen.
Having great significance for my existence in the earth. For the season day letting keep the verbs and adjectives pollute the ears, but I like radio airwaves. People catch a on. Maybe certain people blame me for being nothing but annoying. Laughing when ganging up, adapting to the lead of the music that we shove into our eardrums, knowing that there'll be another one coming, like grains of sand upon the beach. But that's plenty, more than a handful. I will take my place, efface, wipe out and obliterate all the foolishness that my eyesight says. And that's what I do.
Just say it, this is a rough draft, nigga, goddamn. I'm not gonna say that, dude. Fuck you, friend, man. Fuck you. I'm not gonna say it, dude.
Right here. Trials and tribulations got me facing temptations of the worst kind. There's certain memories of my past which I wanna leave behind, unwanted. So they fall deep to the back of my mind. I know they'll resurface if I give them time. And wouldn't you know it, somehow they find a way to push themselves to the front where they can stand out and shout, challenge my doubt. I paid close attention and life taught me about anything and everything I could imagine. I took detailed notes when shit was happening. I'd be tripping off when it come between me and Catherine. The love of life was lost at a great cost. Shattered my heart, drove me up the wall. But thank God I had y'all, the not tight family, helped me piece it together. Even when the weather was stormy, that was there for me. And I'll be the first to admit that life does wear me thin. Though I couldn't imagine what might happen if I allowed outside words to disturb what I have within. Letting the strangers' comments get under my skin will never determine how I begin my day. Cause I'm always capable of finding a way to exercise my skull and my soul. Ain't fear of losing cause they control it, becoming so like the rest of you assholes.
All of us are trapped on the same thing and looking at it different. Living life, dying death. Wonder why we don't be getting dizzy from the way we make the earth spin. Lopsided, fixing conflicts and a little too quick to think it balances out. See, it doesn't as long as someone's living in abundance. Disturbing the circumference of a circle some consider sacred. Living like money matters more than how you make it. Abandon the path to measure up, lose your way and find you never be the same. Minimizing life to the image of a game. Be a player. Those who make the rules watch you fail. Thinking on a small scale, the weight's overbearing. Something got the people acting stupid and comparing. Staring into nothing as the fabric of reality is tearing and I'm wearing down my senses. Every day I deal with the foul shit that's always gonna be there as long as we allow it. Some try to look away, but I won't sit there and just swallow illusions of God that they want me to follow. Easy to be hollow, so I make certain every word that I'm exerting is full of truth, even if it leaves the him hurting. Better me to feel the pain and die lying, and throw away the thought behind the knot we be tying. This is not tight, Cassette. Stuck up in the clouds, where's the exit can't abuse my high hesitantly and descends down the spiral, back to where the details are only complications. To mine stuck in time and the senses, caught between the fences. Tense as it is, I wonder why we push and shove when there ain't no one above being shoved and pushed back. Some attack out of fear, others out of mere ignorance of what could follow. The open-handed fist, words spoken with a twist. I made myself immune to these small forms of sickness. The days I used to make my heart turn dead cold are gone, leaving them far beyond serving as a target. To demons scheming underneath the shadows of the light gleaming. Got shit seeming stable, but won't be bringing me to the bargain table. I'd rather burn that bitch down and take part in something that's fucked up all around.
I was being
being processed when I got filtered out as an impurity by the security who provide a service for the insiders who get nervous just thinking about a hostile environment. But really I don't think that I'm the bad element in this equation. Looking at the mass of people, I make the relation between them and the music, both mindless, but one's got the other one hypnotized. I got my eyes open wide so I could see the lies that try so hard to hide. I took my time and read in between the lines and found the lifestyle of the whole crowd to be foul. A yellow flag should have been thrown, but that's what happens when two different worlds collide. They pushed me aside, I guess, cause they thought I was gonna be a threat. I walked away and wasn't even wet, cause over this bullshit I wasn't gonna sweat or lose sleep. I'd rather redirect my energy and effort to something more productive, like exercising my mind instead of wasting time on the dance floor with some stuck-up freak who ain't gonna give me any run. I'm sure she don't trip off where we come from, the third rock from the sun, and how it's steadily decaying while the bitch is swaying to the music that's playing. I'm sure she don't give a fuck about what I'm saying, and neither do these well-trained slaves, cause once the lights come back on, they'll scatter quick and crawl back into their caves to avoid a harsh life and a painful reality. Everything around me is a tragedy, but thank God I got a strong family who tries to understand me. And that's that. End of the fucking tape.
Oh man, why you gotta be so hard on yourself?
Alright. Finally, this thing's done, and this thing's been, it's gonna be called Circumference, brought to you by Not Tight. Not Tight consists of, G&M, M and G, and, we like to thank our families who've helped us. Mario's daughter, Asia, Lisa, we got, his moms and pops and his sisters. I like to give thanks to them. I like to give thanks to my moms and pops and my punk ass brother who make me look at shit different, you know. I like to thank my uncle who forever be surrounding me and who holds my child by its hand and helps him see. We want to say what's up to Carl, to Spicy, to Daryl and his family. Keep being blue, D. To DJ and Scott. We want to say what's up to Corey and Charlie, San Francisco Street Music. You know, keep bringing that shit. And last but not least, we like to say thank you to Muni.
And all y'all gotta keep that circling line and don't get thrown off balance, even though all y'all fucked up anyway. Find a way.
Thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to this cassette. Probably the best way to give you a feel for
Fuck, well, one of my favorite things is a fucking microphone and a joint. Best thing in the world, god damn it. Yeah. And this shit right here. Yeah. I want a piece of this shit. Hope y'all hear it. The truth. Goes my mind. I extend kindness to mindless motherfuckers, even though I know they won't show gratitude, and attitude might be the only thing I give back, and I can easily see it as a setback, but still I show compassion for the ones struggling through the exact same shit I did in the past, hoping that if and when I become the nigga in a bigger pile of bullshit, I'll see hands reaching out to give me assistance. Seeing circles completed inspires me to keep on showing generosity and having faith in niggas that trust me in the same way. Day by day and learns, and you can't stop, bro. Experience speeches, what a textbook can't reach. So when I speak, you only hear what might have taken me a year to make sense of and condense into a sentence. So what I'm achieving and what I believe in keeps me from losing my mind to bullshit that weak niggas give way to and fall prey to all the time. You know, keep the microphone grounded, sacred. You don't fuck around on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, go.
I used to think it was me against the clock every time I tripped off of what might happen. But now I know different and see that in an instant drastic changes occur, and it's amusing. Cause now I realize time is just an illusion. So I can't let him get carried away. It's scary to say, but if I see a time limit and get trapped in it, I'd be as good as dead. Living in a rush is a goddamn waste, considering you can't progress through the stress of living at a fast pace. So I take it as it comes and restrain from complaining when the bullshit drops, and what I got is love for life. Still setbacks and gains while yearning for nothing and being content. So who's wondering where the time went? Not me, cause I see it wasn't ever really there at the start. So I grow apart from that shit and grow in time. I grow out of time. Where the time went.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
We are the music makers.
We are the
We are the music makers.
We are the music makers.
We are the music makers.
We are the music.
We are the music makers.
We are the music.
We are the music.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
We are the music makers.
We are the
We are the music.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. And
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
And so we come dreamers of the dreams. We're going to do it just like this. Mainly you could identify us as Not Tight. That's my group. This is how I'm going to come. I'm the son of a man who could freak any instrument you could name, but wasn't ever trained in the art. So who's stressing lessons? Pop's got music in his heart like me. So when the M stepped on the scene, I picked up quick and found out what music means. Of course, Pops had a hand in getting me to start understanding what a microphone symbolizes and why I should hold it with pride. Every time I release what I got inside, my head works non-stop, stuck off of being fucked off and writing raps. Every day, perhaps, you could say I'd collapse if I tried to adapt to another way of living. So what would the M be? Take away the love of making music as an MC. Can't envision going through life as a non-musician. It would never have to. Same way Pops couldn't put down the bass, I couldn't drop the mic and look myself in the face. Seriously, I'm at you like this. Even though my grandfather was robbed of his eyesight by a gunshot taken on the job working for the military, he could still carry the weight of being blind but having vision, seeing in his mind what the brain could do. He disregarded disabilities and opened up a school for the blind, free to the people, giving pride to the LIGO name. So I show no shame in struggling, cause some seen it all before me, and I'm just another nigga paying dues, traveling the road, but smart enough to see you gotta make your own steps to get where you wanna be. See some people pulling strings and in the end hang by them and eventually get cut short. So I appreciate support, but know that ultimately I gotta go through shit on my own, so I can show the circle to the ones looking for the way, and they can do the same once I'm gone and passed away. And on that note, I want to say rest in peace to the ones who left before me. Paz and my nigga Chris Escalambre, rest in peace. Not tight.
Alright, this is 1995.
Fuck, blood, don't be dating our shit, man.
Our vocals are like
timeless
chokeholds,
music.
so beware. Alright, here we come. This is G and M, Not Tight. Alright?
That bullshit, I'm not concerned. That bullshit, I'm not concerned. That bullshit, I'm not not concerned. With that bullshit, I'm not concerned.
Is there anything that'll help me get through this bullshit? 95 doesn't seem to be the year that fools quit yapping. They're not rapping, they're just fogging up my windows, lacking essential vitamins and minerals, which are very necessary if you're gonna flow easily over this instrumental, a monumental beat. So please take a seat and then we'll be with you shortly. But more importantly, open your ears, shut your mouth, or you might get burned.
With that bullshit, I'm not concerned.
Watch how the clock turn. Every time a second tick away, another nigga got some bullshit to say on the microphone. Why fuck around when niggas got a whole town to make visible? Frisco ain't about jocking NY nuts, so find me in the cuts making dank burn and learn. Yeah, but it's not tight. G&M. G's coming back through to kick your ass again. I'm gonna come in again. See, just like he said. Go ahead, G.
Well, damn, nowadays anyone could be on the radio airwaves talking a lot about nothing. Talking about trying to give you something different. We're gonna make a difference, taking it the distance, cause shit's getting crazy.
Maybe I'm the one that don't know jack shit about how life goes. Giving no thought to living, sitting in despair, getting close to nowhere as far as my mind goes. But take a look at the same picture from an angle and watch how easy the bullshit's tangled. 9 years I've handled the microphone and grown, so really, who could call me a fool? I've been on the battle line and more than half the time left niggas jocking. So when I'm hearing niggas talking bullshit, I don't even give it half a thought, cause I'm occupied with learning from my high and knowing what it means to be not tight and what the spotlight might do if you let it control you. So I appreciate what I've earned and cut that shit out. Now tight.
Parts of me just ache and cry. 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 Parts of me just ache and cry.
What's the truth to a Babylonian? 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 What's the truth? There is no truth, cause he'll manipulate a statement just by twisting the definition. The Babylonian man raped the landscapes, and now I got brothers dead and dying from a handshake. And when I hear a branch break, it forces me to see that the next thing you know, it might be me. I see the ways of the wicked exposed every time the tank right goes up in smoke. What's in my lungs enables me to keep an eye on smiles, covering tongues. Saturated with bullshit, I really can't stand niggas coming at my throat to stay afloat. But being where I am, I know there's always gonna be a fool adapting ways that are low. And if I must, I'll adjust, but the M refuses to become one of them. Cause beneath the concrete, the land suffocating in. Babylon stands tall, caring less, putting stress on progress. But what it means to advance to a Babylonian concerns looking out for yourself, no matter who ends up getting screwed. And that's something I can't do, so I won't be a part of your crooked society. Consider me the enemy of not tight variety. Just like that. They'll provide you with a whole new face or a greatly reduced waistline if you want to take time to come up with the cash. Devices attached to sky-high prices could catch you thinking that you need that shit. And that's a damn trifle, cause far as I know, what's necessary for survival, nature produces. Say I'm full of shit, but I hate your excuses. Or committed to a place so artificial that you lost touch with the way things should be. Trying to bring heaven down to earth ain't working, cause going through hell's the only thing I got for certain, guaranteed to me. So I walk the path of the righteous, and even though sometimes I lose my way, it can never be said that Babylon's had control of my soul. So I stroll confidently, knowing y'all are about to fall pretty soon. Thank God Babylon's gonna beat its doom. That's right. Not tight, coming at your ass again with another motherfucking message for your ass. Hope y'all listen. Take
take heed to the words of a man.
Precious time, ready as we'll ever be. Seems to be a lot of turbulence in my atmosphere, but there's no way in hell I'ma let fear put a squeeze on my heart, cause it might rip me apart, limb from limb, and I'm not about to begin all over again. So fuck it, I roll with the punches. My hunch is that life isn't always gonna be nice, thinking twice about all of my moves, at times confused. Inhale so I can lose myself in the smoke and hope that when I come crashing back down to earth, everything will be cool. But I must be one hell of a fool to think this shit can change overnight. Fuck it, one day it just might, so I'ma keep a focused sight. It's G, a voice of not tight.
I see a man blowing feelings through his sax as people pass by on occasion, dropping change in the case. But when I put myself in his place, I probably prefer having someone's attention over a few cents in my hand. But then again, I understand when you're down on your luck, what you receive you gotta use for the best. So I assess myself and clearly define my goals. My mind, my soul, and character relate to the music I hear and everything around me. And what I'm putting on the flow track is just a fraction of what I feel, till I find the words and sounds that could properly describe what I've experienced. But since it might never happen, I'm rapping for the sake of letting truth be exposed. We're not tight, that's how it goes.
As the turbulence gets worse in my atmosphere, I shut my eyes and turn my back on the world. Still I hear winds of change in the distance, taking its time to approach, giving me enough time to smoke this roach. Little do I know, cause the wind picked up speed to be a tornado, ripping through my thought. But to me, this is a fight that has to be fought from sunrise to sunset, day in and day out. Maybe now you got a better understanding of what I'm about. What y'all about?
Guess who? Not tight. Coming through. About to fuck up this mic right now. If you doubt it, then doubt it, but watch this. Watch it, nigga.
Don't count on me to be the plug nigga when you're on the mic talking shit. Cause even though I ain't showing fear, I'm afraid I'ma have to make another nigga look bitch made. Ain't it a shame? You didn't look at me and think rapper. Inside laughter built up, but I wanted to wait till after you was on stage thinking you was gonna run shit and let you know niggas don't take rap as a joke. So kindly remove the mic and let your brain soak what I'm letting loose and get used to. Feeling like a hoe if you're gonna try to rap but you don't know what it's all about. There's always gonna be a nigga out there ready to expose you as long as you're weak. That's why Not Tight speaks true shit and leaves little bitches like you looking stupid. What
I got
now?
to say I live in a weak city, not to see myself as showing every bit of anger that I got in me. You have me tight as gang, but I never heard of ya. Trying to act hard and weak as suburbia. Tell me the reason, this ain't no dang season. And it'll be dry and thirsty to your punk ass lies. Now I'm sleazy, never pleasing the way I used to act. I'm a liar, music's in me, and it's a known fact. Now let's get back to the session with no aggression, cause the first time on the mic it's like a damn lesson. It's okay, I just need the generosity. First time on the mic, it really ain't no killing me.
Still it be a lot of niggas out of context on the microphone with an asshole complex into making intimidation a factor, the kind of shit you see in a weak ass rapper who's
boost your own ego and boast if you want to. That's the kind of shit I don't even respond to. I'm all about the mic and what I'm saying when I hold it. Knowing how to deal with emotion and control it. I roll with G-Crawl, that my nigga Spicy. Not tight crew, falling down unlike niggas like that.
If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, if life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch. If life is a bitch, you gotta pimp that bitch.
That's the foghorn, and I'm the lighthouse, letting niggas know where we're at. This is not tight. I want to say what's up to everybody. Corey, Charlie, G, Vince, Carl, my cousin TJ. Yeah, we're gonna come through and let y'all niggas know. Just run this shit down, you know what I mean? It's about time just niggas started talking shit. I'm living in a city, talent-wise, possibly the dopest shit. Going unnoticed, so I figure it's about time niggas learn a story on my territory. And what drives me to have pride in a place called Frisco. Me and G feel like fuck, illuminating the night by lighting dank right and leaving the usual trace. A hella ashes and a crutch on the staircase. The Frisco highs me, leaving niggas' eyes open to so much shit, so I'm familiar to the ways niggas made it. And choose to be unassociated with the punk shit. One sits in the right hands, rap ain't going nowhere, and suckers looking straight to the east won't see a damn thing worth thinking about twice after hearing real West Coast niggas deal with the mic. Cause all I see is so-and-so claim West, looking hella hurt with a headband and a vest, saying that he's gonna stand for the hometown. That's the kind of nigga I urge to put the microphone down. I hate niggas who be saying Frisco but wanna migrate to the NY state. On the next plane landed, but not tight, won't abandon where we're standing. It's Frisco.
Of a tourist, cause they don't know what it's like for me to be a Franciscan. Every year they come to our city and be risking their throat, cause they swear niggas from SF are a joke. But I don't hear any laughter, and after this they're gonna know that San Fran just ain't about a golden bridge with cars pulled by your cable. It should be known that Frisco has a stable rap community, getting down on dirty sounding tapes to rape virgin ears. I could see fear start to rise in the eyes of niggas from the east. In their punk ass videos they look hella worried, but me and more aren't in any big hurry, because if we were, our message will be blurry and distorted. Yet we don't move too slow through Frisco. We set our own speed and proceed cautiously, keeping pace. And we love that look on your face. We tell you to not tight, be deep into the night, blowing out the smoke of the tank right.
Not tight coming through again. All I got is gut feelings. So many times I think I know it all. It feels dumb when I realize I'm only seeing some of the picture. Conflicts are funny that way because you struggle and learn through watching. The consequences at the end of every option. Nowadays I laugh, understanding me going through it's only the half. Another nigga's on the opposite end, pulling his way, causing me to do the same. It's like a big game of tug of war, but much more complicated cause being tied down to the flesh sometimes makes you disregard what's best. Speaking spirit-wise, everything's a test, and you be on the verge of giving in to every urge that your body produces. Society says, okay, is that an excuse? You get attacked through your television, seeing things in repetition till you memorize little messages that you carry in your head. When you hit a store, see shit displayed on the shelf aisle 4, help yourself think nothing more. Another mind game lost, but you sit there unaware of the cost. I think back to days when I did the same. Somehow everything in between fucks with my brain. I understand, but toleration is a bitch when you gotta deal with the ones making you sick. Is everybody hypersensitive and weighed with regret, or am I too condemning on the mic? All I really got is gut feelings I rely on, and willingness to see a bygone be a bygone. It's like that, not tight. Time to time, I reflect on myself, looking into the choices I be making. Foolish to wanna turn the clock back, so I live out mistakes on a hard path. But be sure, sometimes the road takes a detour, and my whole tone changes, giving me a little bit of space. Cause even though I know my place, I face a lot of folks that don't. In a position where God-given talents exposed might make your mind unbalanced and closed. I'm seeing how it's not quite rare for the glare of a spotlight to knock a nigga straight to the ground. The not tight sound isn't motivated by illusions projected by cash and confusion. I'm using music as a vehicle, emotion is fuel, and where I'm going with my feelings ain't predictable. Commit to full circles cause they're hard to come by. Being cheap and chillin' after seeing tension run high. Paying dues, making ways through bullshit, never burn a bridge. That's why not tight towers in the midst of the turmoil. We ain't concerned with the bullshit, thought you niggas knew.
Alright, what the fuck do you want? Gee, you're always coming around here talking. To who? To all those people who I consider. People? That's not people, that's family, man. Understand that shit. That would include who? More? Yeah, okay. That would include KB. That would include the Blue Boy G. And his brothers, of course. Didi. Check this out, this is G, and I'm gonna do it like this. Not sight isn't held back by any boundaries. The only limit we have is the sky. And most of the time, we surpass that when we get high as fuck and make music that'll leave your ears numb. Feeling hella dumb cause you thought not tight couldn't come sick from the tongue. Iller than a full-blown HIV patient. And we're just waiting in the cuts, smoking blunts, letting our mind run free. Wondering what life really be, what life really is. I know it consists of pain, happiness, and pleasure, and each person has a different way of measuring success. And stress is a part of the package. If you're a strong enough person, you can manage to lift yourself up out of any hole and have total control of the situation in which you're facing. So don't be weak when you speak, or you'll be a victim. And life will eat you up like you ain't shit. So are you sure you wanna fuck with not tight? Are you sure? Man, you better double check. Think about that twice.
Yeah, it's not tight, y'all. Coming through, I think it's I be listening to silence to understand the sounds other niggas be disregarding way too quick. I'm aware their spirits yelling out what they know. Most people call it noise and be letting it go and wonder why things gotta be so complicated. Earth's crumbling to shit. Nobody wants to say it. I know the process. I heard it from the water crashing at the beach. Scientists ruin everything in reach. I'm just another voice being overlooked. Supposing commotion got people hooked. All the effort I took to learn about the way resulted in me facing evil every day, but never alone. I got Black Elf, Mingus, and Bob. Loud Sue showing signs that I'm doing the job. When you're walking with God, suckers always wanna test you. Stray from the truth and you fall out of place. I became a finger pointing straight to the moon. Emphasize a finger and you lose sight of heaven. I'm letting loose verses, getting used to false churches, trying to penetrate in from the surface. What's worse is they're all out of sync, exerting hate while I circulate what I think. This is not tight, coming to y'all from the brink, or whatever it is we stand on. Frisco, there we go.
I'ma shut the fuck up this time because I don't want to hurt nobody.
Listen to your body's wisdom, which expresses itself through signals of comfort and discomfort. When choosing a certain behavior, ask your body, how do you feel about this? If the body sends a signal of physical or emotional distress, watch out. If the body sends a signal of comfort and eagerness, then proceed. Live in the present. It is the only moment you have. Have your attention on what is here and now. Look for the fullness in every moment. Accept what comes to you totally and completely so that you can appreciate it, learn from it, and then let it go. Don't struggle against the infinite scheme of things. Be at one with it. Take time to be silent, to meditate, and quiet the internal dialogue. In moments of silence, realize that you are recontacting your source of pure awareness. Pay attention to your inner life so that you can be guided by intuition rather than externally imposed interpretations of what is or isn't good for you. Or relinquish your need for external approval. You alone are the judge of your worth, and your goal is to discover infinite worth in yourself, no matter what anyone else thinks. There is great freedom in this choice. When you find yourself reacting with anger or opposition to any person or circumstance, realize that you are only struggling with yourself. When you release the anger rooted in old hurts, you will be healing yourself and cooperating with the unimpeded flow of the universe. Know that the world out there reflects your reality in here. The people you react to most strongly, whether with love or hate, are projections of your inner world.
It doesn't even make me tense to know I'm up against mainstream America's white crooked fence. I live in a reality separate from yours, adapting money concepts only cause I'm forced. What you say is real, I got a question cause it don't make sense. How you move to improve but you're racing against another fool chasing money, thinking that the fight's fair. You're calling it reality, I see it as a nightmare. I don't doubt the YC Jews have a lot to offer, but they took it too far. Selling brand name water is a goddamn joke, I figure. Next they'll say they own the rivers.
Zion. The Lord loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwelling places of Jacob. For glorious things are spoken of thee, O city of Jah. I'll not make mention of Rahab and Babylon, them that know me. The old Philistine Tyre with Ethiopia, this man was born there. And of Zion it shall be said, this and that man was born in her. For Christ himself now established her. The Lord shall count to the right all his people, that this and that man was born there. As well the singers and the players of instruments shall be there. All Jah, springs are in thee, O Jah, Rastafari.